Excuse me, I just crossed the street to tell you how beautiful you are.
Thank you. She's married and has a baby.
What?
She's married and has a baby.
Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up.
Do you want to pay for all the bills?
Nah, it's okay. Don't worry. I didn't ask you. Excuse me, I had to confess something. I think you're gorgeous.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, she is. I've had a boyfriend for like 5 years.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was talking to her, not you. I know you have a boyfriend.
No, I'm letting you know she has a boyfriend.
Oh, but she can talk for herself.
I'm reiterating what she just fucking said.
All right, relax. You don't get that. You don't get to talk, okay? You're too.
I absolutely do.
You already look big enough. Don't talk big too. Excuse me, guys. I had to confess something. I think you're gorgeous. What's her name?
I don't think she wants to talk to you.
Who the fuck are you, bitch?
You're interrupting us.
Next time I'll just come with a donut.
You gotta hold the camera. We gotta see what their response was.
Excuse me, I just crossed the street to tell you how beautiful you are.
Thank you. She's married and has a baby.
What?
She's married and has a baby.
Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up.
Do you want to pay for all the bills?
Nah, it's okay. Don't worry. I didn't ask you. Excuse me, I had to confess something. I think you're gorgeous.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, she is. I've had a boyfriend for like 5 years.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was talking to her, not you. I know you have a boyfriend.
No, I'm letting you know she has a boyfriend.
Oh, but she can talk for herself.
I'm reiterating what she just fucking said.
All right, relax. You don't get that. You don't get to talk, okay? You're too.
I absolutely do.
You already look big enough. Don't talk big too. Excuse me, guys. I had to confess something. I think you're gorgeous. What's her name?
I don't think she wants to talk to you.
Who the fuck are you, bitch?
You're interrupting us.
Next time I'll just come with a donut.
Do you think men can be faithful in a relationship?
What's faithful?
Sexually monogamous to one woman?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you think the majority of men are faithful?
I don't want to answer for the majority. I never want to seem like I'm the expert. I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, but I know it can't be done.
No.
But I think it depends on,
Her?
yeah,
What?
her runs the world.
You think a man cheating depends on the woman?
Yeah.
I don't think that at all.
No matter what you think. How come you think, where do you think the phrase happy wife, happy life comes from?
Yeah, but I think
No,
men,
there is
people
no,
that
yeah,
cheat.
No, well, okay, so I think there's three types of cheaters. There's
Okay.
the serial cheater,
Okay.
the James Bond cheater,
Ooh.
and then the guy that's forced to cheat.
Okay, what is a James Bond cheater and how are you forced to cheat?
James Bond cheater is, I do everything right. I'm in Rio. I see a little thing. Boom, boom, boom. Nobody sees me. Boom, boom, boom. I come back home to my normal life.
Okay.
All right.
You smooth, you slick with it.
Move with it, yeah.
Okay.
The guy that's forced to cheat is, I've been on the road in a week and I come here and you'd be like, I got to do my podcast. That's the first night. I can't. I got to make it like you just 4 or 5 days in a row, you're not taking care of your man, and then he does what he does.
Oh, so then you step out.
And then there's a serial cheater, the guy that just
Keep on cheating.
don't whatever. But yes, men can. I think it depends on that. Women run the world. Y'all just don't know it.
So how do we take power in that?
But stop talking and just do it.
But like, what does that look like? Just
I
to
have no idea.
Oh,
Me being single at my age didn't come from bad decision making, stupid. It came from me never finding the man that I wanted to be with. I don't know in what delusional world y'all men live in where you think that it was all of these wonderful, great men running around when we was in our 20s and we just passed up on all of these great guys. The attractive men when we were in our 20s were doing what attractive men do, which is be players, talk to a whole bunch of different women, and never want to settle down. So given that the attractive men in their 20s didn't want to settle down, that left us with ugly dudes, dudes with kids, and dudes who didn't have themselves together. It's the same thing now that I'm older. The options didn't go from good to bad. It went from bad to worse. And if you think some of them was unattractive back then, add on now the fact that some of them is out of shape, they ain't got no hairline, and they missing side teeth. They wasn't financially stable in their 20s, and a lot of them still ain't financially stable. Some of them still paying child support from the same babies that they was having when they was in their 20s. A lot of the men in their 20s who was doing all that settling down and getting married were undesirable men. Men on the verge of losing their hairlines. Men who didn't have no bunch of options of women to choose from in the first place. That's the reason why it was so easy for them to settle down.
Well, I think the point is you're going to find somebody, right? Maybe he might not be ultra good looking, But you're going to find somebody as a woman. You will find somebody that is your equal. That's your match. Do the work early. Hey, at least explore the topic, is I think what men's point is.
She got good head?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. I just her son. I would have kept fucking with the joint, but her son, like, nigga don't got time for that shit. It's annoying as shit. Her son's always like, her son's special needs. So.
Oh, shit. You said the head non-stop though?
Yeah, hell yeah. I tried, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. You would've fucked with that joint. Her head's
Nigga,
good.
oh, hell no. I've seen her a million times. I know.
I mean, I'm not saying like you would, like, I'm talking about off a one-time thing.
Said she get head non-stop, like.
Yeah, hell yeah. She like giving it. She got tongue rings and all that. Should've known that. Yeah, she got lip piercing, tongue ring. She one of them type of joints. One thing I'm starting to realize about these bitches with tongue rings, man, that's what they do. Yeah. That's what it is. Every female I met with a tongue ring is a vicious head monster. Vicious. The Colombian joint, she's a vicious head monster. The Baltimore joint, tongue ring, vicious. They all be vicious head monsters.
Go up there to your left.
So I came to the conclusion that if they got that, then that's what they do. My paycheck in PG, bro. Not for Marvel, but I'm about to not. I'm gonna pick that shit
I'm
up.
thinking about working for Ride-On.
A ride-on?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, ride-on be cool. I know a nigga that worked for Metro Access.
Man, that ain't shit.
Oh, that ain't shit.
Man, that's why I wanted to work with him when I first came home. How you look?
This a dusty back road nigga.
I hate being like this, but the only people that be calling me a pick-me is black women. I'm not gonna lie. And when I look at the lives of like my white friends, my Mexican friends, my Indian friends, none of them act like fucking black women. Black women have to do better. Being obedient and submissive to your man is not being called a pick-me. And then it's like I go to y'all pages and I feel instantly just sad. I feel sad for y'all because most of the time when I go to your page, you're single, you have a couple of friends, y'all going out, stuff like that, right? Look at your kids more mixed and matched up more in the Goodwill sock bin. You know what I mean? Kids just all different colors and variations. And it just makes me think, maybe because, you know, no one was there to show y'all and teach y'all, don't fucking just be out here fucking reproducing children with multiple men and losing your value like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to not have a kid with every man that you sleep with, you know? And it's just, you know, like, I think that it comes from a lot of hurt with black women. I really do, because it's like, at first I was like, why the fuck are they so fucking mad? Like, what is going on? And then I go and look at their life and they've let their single friends keep them single. And that's what it is. Black women let their friends keep them single. Other races be like, oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh my God, you're in love. You're this, and this. And they're very welcoming of that person's partner. You know what I mean? Black women be like, oh, where he work at? What he do this? What kind of money he got? Girl, make him buy you something. Like, you know what I mean? It's all about the materialistic things. And it's just, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, I gotta stop arguing with you bitches online, because when I go to look at y'all page, 99% of the time, it's just sad.
I'm going to say this once for the people in the back row. You have to be an elite rich to live comfortably in New York City. This is not Texas. This is not Oklahoma. This is not some flyover state. This is not Michigan. This is not Minnesota. I don't know whatever else you fly over, because I fly over them, so I don't really know them. This is Manhattan. You need to be an elite rich to live comfortably here. And the reality is, if you're a single person making under 150, we call that poverty. Stay toxic, my friends.
And this is where you see a lot of modern women trying to get. Well, where you trying to get? A woman in the comments says, born and raised in NY, you always had to be elite rich to live in Manhattan. This was always a thing. People, this is not new. Listener, yeah. But a lot of modern women want to, and I guess men too, honestly and truly, men want to live this lifestyle, and you got to be coming with something. Some of that stuff they got in New York City, I mean, the city is beautiful, but some of that stuff they got in New York City ain't all that. I'm sorry, not to be paying that type of money for it. I saw a woman in an apartment the other day. I was like, why would you do that to yourself? For what? Just to have like a walkable space and a walkable distance? No, I mean, there's so many cities that you can go to where you don't got that problem. Number one. Number two, you have a lot of suburbs that have a lot of the major chain restaurants, as well as a lot of the mom and pop stuff, really good mom and pop places that you can walk to. It's in walking distance. It literally is. There is no reason. I mean, unless, you got business. So it's kind of like Hollywood, basically. Wall Street, if you're in that industry, unless you're doing stuff like that, for me, like, why? For what? Unless your job is in that area, what do you need to be there for?
Damn! I'm trying to get a fit check.
See you there.
What's with all the hostility?
I mean, at that point, if you were going to do that, you could have opened the door and slid it. I mean, if you're going to do that, just open the door and just like push it and then take a picture.
Don't wait up. It's a girls' night. We are going to live.
Who's paying for the table?
Nobody. My friend knows a promoter. We get the VIP section for free.
Of course it's free.
Why do you have to be so negative? We are just having fun.
In business, if you aren't paying for the service, you aren't the customer.
What?
It means you are the product. You are the bait they put in the section to sell bottles to rich men.
You are so insecure. I'm not going to talk to any guys. I'm just dancing.
The promoter doesn't care if you talk. He doesn't even care if you dance. He just needs your body in the room to keep the high rollers spending.
That is disgusting.
It's economics, Lisa. Supply and demand. Go ahead, be inventory for the night. Just don't expect me to value what you give away for free. If it's free.
I'm just like tired of these fucking men like not really trying hard enough.
Aw, let's hear it, baby.
Like they just like really like they try and then they want to talk to you and then like they talk to other girls. And then it's just like no.
You know, like you like see a guy out at the bar and it's like, oh, I think he's cute, and you like we're kind of like looking at each other and like I think he might think I'm cute too. It's like, okay, like maybe he'll talk to me, and then he just like doesn't.
He doesn't even look at you.
And then you're like, am I scum?
Like, oh.
What does that mean to y'all?
They're gonna say scum.
You're scum. He doesn't like you.
Well, we know that no one hates women more than other women, and in a recent study that will be shocking to absolutely no one, the results showed that male students show more tolerance for their political enemies than females show for their own allies. That's right. In other words, women are meaner to people on their own side than men are to people who sit on the opposite side of an issue. Look at this chart. What do you notice? Well, there is no overlap between the genders. Being a man is what makes you more tolerant. That's literally it. So that's probably why when we get home and complain about that bitch Becky at work and the men in our lives don't seem to care, it's not that they don't care about us. They're just unbothered in their lane, moisturized, thriving. And in this specific study, men were 3.5 times more likely than women to be tolerant of someone they disagreed with. So basically, none of this is surprising, though I think the only people who will fight the results of this study are liberal women.
80% of women are not marriage material.
Ooh.
They're not. They're selfish.
Wow.
They're self-centered. They don't have just what I would consider that base core feminine skill, that feminine quality. Mm-hmm. They don't have that. They don't even trust their own intuition. They don't even have good intuition. Like I'm trying to teach a woman about intuition, like what that is and how to know things. That is deeply a part of the feminine.
You blame that? You think you blame that heavily on like the feminist ideology?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Because remember, feminism wants a woman to separate her mind from her body. It wants her to separate fact from how you feel about things. So that they want you to say that how you feel and a biological fact, like they want to pull those things apart. Yeah. They want them to heavily rely on IVF and fertility treatments and surrogacy to have children, when a woman can have a baby for free, like, as long as she works with nature.
Why do women have no problem regulating their emotions at work, but can't seem to behave like an adult anywhere else? First, skin in the game. It really just comes down to the amount of time and effort that was put into getting this job. If this job was just handed to her and she has no skin in the game, she won't give a fuck about this job and likely will not be able to regulate her emotions very well. If she worked hard to get this job, she will treat it with respect. What can this tell us about modern dating? If your time and attention are given away for free, she won't value them. Number 2, protecting her name. A woman's reputation can roughly translate to her value. This is why a woman's greatest fear is public humiliation or being made to look stupid. The opinions of others really matter to this bitch. So she doesn't want people at her work to think she looks bad. She doesn't want her family, her friends to know that she looks bad because she got fired. So she's going to control herself and fucking behave. What does this tell us about modern dating? The advent of the internet meant the death of the community. So the guardrails of community opinion died with the internet. Before the internet, community and the opinion of the community about a woman acted like guardrails. People within their community would know if that woman was doing fuck shit, and the community's opinion of that woman really mattered to her. Now, with the globalization and digitization of a woman's identity, she doesn't give a fuck about the community's opinion anymore. Number 3, masculine frame. At her work, there is a clear masculine frame, meaning there are clear boundaries and consequences for her behavior that are non-negotiable. She understands this frame and falls into line when it exists. What does this say about modern dating? Her bad behavior is what you allow.
Stop!
She willingly sends it to people for money, by the way. 4,000 likes. Did we forget what consent is? Yeah, she does OnlyFans, whether you think that's right or...
Yeah, shut the fuck up. At the end of the day, these types of women don't deserve respect. Yeah, that man is wrong for his actions, but, I mean, she sells herself online. Nobody on this planet should worry about not getting consent, but if you put yourself in situations to not be respected, then you are more likely to be assaulted. It's a pretty simple concept. If you respect yourself, people will respect you too. And if people don't respect you, other people will defend you because you're a respectable person. If this woman was a woman of God and something like this happened, I promise you the responses would be different, as they should be. Did you know that throughout all of human history, we have never respected hoes? You understand that, right? Nobody has ever it has never been a behavior that has been accepted or respected or glorified. Why do you think that it's going to change just because it's the 20th century, 21st century, whatever the fuck you want to call it? Why do you think it's any different? It's not. These women don't deserve respect, which is why they don't get it.
I mean, the first thing that you notice about this is that her behind is out. And the first question I'm asking her myself is like, why is her behind out like that on the street? That's the first question I'm asking.
And here's reason 3,727 about why women shouldn't be police officers. When the attack was going on, you see that the female police officer does nothing to attempt to stop the shooting. Remember when Trump, the attempted assassination happened and the female Secret Service ducked behind him? Okay, ladies, it's not our job to protect men, okay? So I'm not faulting you for your natural instincts taking over when disaster strikes. I'm faulting you for all the time ahead of that where you're stupid enough to be like, I should be a cop. Also, ladies, you got a lot to say when men want to put on a dress and participate in women's sports about, oh, we can't compete and it's not fair. Physically, we're different. But when people try to tell you that about why you can't be in the military or you can't be in police because you're not physically as capable, you start crying like little I seem to think that you women are only opposed to something when people tell you you can't have it. Maybe we need to start telling women that they can't not join the police force, and they can't stay home to take care of their children, and they can't keep their pregnancies to full term. Maybe that's actually the way to get women back to being good women.
There is no reason for a man to behave like a gentleman with a prostitute. That's kind of the whole selling point. That would be ridiculous at best and wasteful and dangerous at worst. So that's the answer to the question that began this series. Where are all the gentlemen? They disappeared when the lady went extinct. And it wasn't men who killed her. Women have proudly fought tooth and nail to escape the social restrictions that define that identity over the past 60 years. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is that modern women want the best of both worlds. They want the social freedom of the prostitute and the respectability of the lady. And that just doesn't make sense. Like, one person can't be both a lady and a prostitute at the same time. If these designations are to have any meaning whatsoever, they need to be grounded in objective phenomena. And while it's always kind of easy for a lady to become a prostitute, it's very, very difficult for a prostitute to become a lady. It is possible, like the Empress Wu, who started out as a concubine in Chinese history, but it is much more difficult than the opposite. So let's be real. The standard template for a woman's behavior in the sexual marketplace today is to engage in casual sex without commitment through their 20s and then settle down into marriage around 30. That is, they want to enjoy the social freedom of a prostitute for 10 to 15 years, and then they want the respectability of a lady for the rest of their lives. And unfortunately, that doesn't make sense to men. In fact, this is exacerbated even further by recent dating trends. The rise of soft life girls and women who say reject coffee dates and expect greater effort from men drive this point home. These women do not complain that men are expecting sex without marriage. They complain that men are being stingy with their resources. Does this sound like a lady who is upset she is being treated like a prostitute? Or like a prostitute who is clamoring for a raise?
Yo, this is the Pimps and Simps Show, where we peel back the IG filters, dodge the thirst traps, and tell it like it really is.
Do you want to know the one thing that my man is never going to have to worry about? If and when the day comes that I announce a man on my social media that I am with this man in a relationship, he is never going to have to worry about getting messages from other men. Bro, I thought I was dating her. Bro, I've been talking to her. Because I don't have a roster, and I certainly don't entertain multiple men. And that's the problem with the modern dating in 2026, is everyone has a backup plan. Some of you men and women want the benefits of a connection without the responsibility of a commitment. And then making multiple people thinking that they had a lane. And to both men and women, how do you expect someone to choose you? Because we all want to be chosen when you are only half in. So y'all can have that toxic dating culture. I don't want any part of it. Like, I'm not built for divided focus. So to my future man, I don't know if I know you already or if I still have yet to meet you, but whoever that may be, you do not have to worry about another man messaging you. Bro, I've been dating her. I've been talking to her, because I don't roll that way. Y'all have a great day.
Here are 5 facts about women that are going to offend you. Number 1, women date up, not down. Women prefer to date men who earn more than them, not the other way around. Number 2, women prefer men who are older. Why? Because older usually means more established, more resources, and more stability. Number 3, women do not actually want equality in marriage. Oh my gosh, why? Because they tend to marry upward, not downward, and that's not equal. That is the total opposite. Number 4, if a woman cannot get the level that she wants, a lot of women would rather stay single than marry down. Yes, that is true. And number 5, and this is the one that triggers and stings people the most. When women are asked if they would rather share a high-value man with other women or be with a faithful man who is lower in status than them, guess who they choose? the high value man, even if it means sharing. Yes, women would rather compete for the top than settle below their preference. But listen to me. Don't get mad at them. Don't get mad at us. That is just biology, passed down for thousands and thousands of years. But here is the problem. The pool of upward men is smaller, and a lot of men don't want to be that provider role anymore. So what happens? More single women, more single men, more loneliness, and fewer marriages and fewer kids. That is how the game works. So if you're a man, understand what women select for. And if you're a woman, own what you prefer. It's okay. Because human nature doesn't care about your opinions. It just cares about choices.
See, in Black America, and this is something that a lot of Black folk don't want to admit. In Black America, the expectation is that you as a Black man are supposed to keep trying until you find a sister that likes you. You're supposed to, and even when you do find a sister, you're supposed to love her through it. Whatever her issues is. As a matter of fact, that's seen as kind of like a rite of passage. Whatever her issues is, you got to love her through it. If she got a weight problem, you got to love her through it. If she got an attitude problem, you got to love her through it. She got 2, 4, 5 baby daddies, you got to love her through it. If she's got whatever her issues are, you got to love her through it. It is a cultural thing in Black America for Black men to put up with difficult Black women. And it's my job. The Trill ACs of the world ain't going to say what I'm about to say, and I'm going to tell you the reason why in a minute. See, my job is to say to brothers, you do not have to put up with women that seem to make it a point of pride to be difficult, that score high in neuroticism, that's negative emotion. It's okay to walk away. See, what the Trill say is you got to find another sister, you got to move on and find another sister. I'm saying maybe the lady for you ain't here. Let me look in the camera and say that again. Maybe the lady for you, brother, is not on American soil. Okay? Are you willing to move? Look at me. Look at me. Are you willing? Are you willing to move? Are you willing, brother, to go to the State Department and get one of these? Can you consider the possibility that the lady of your dreams is not in the United States? Are you willing to consider that possibility? See, because what brothers like Trill AC will see, they won't say that.
The benefit of being a provider means that I get the pick of whoever I want to choose to be with. If I'm that dude, I can choose to be with either a woman with no kids or a woman who does. Because you remember, I'm a man, I love peace before I love a woman. I'll choose the woman who brings more peace. Her 5 kids with the extra baby daddies, with the extra baby daddies who are going to get upset if I whoop their kids. Now I got to whoop them kids. I got to whoop the daddy too. I'm going to get a woman who ain't got none of that baggage. If I can, as the benefit of being a provider, I won't choose the woman with the kids if I don't have to, which I don't.
Oh, your boyfriend's toxic? What do you do though? Oh, he got mad at you because you posted a bikini picture on your Instagram? Wait, but why would you post a bikini picture if you have a boyfriend? Oh, he's not controlling? You do it for yourself? Oh, okay, what was I thinking? But if you do it for yourself, couldn't you just keep it in your camera roll then? Oh, that's different? Oh, you want your friends to hype you up? Oh, wait, but why do your friends want to see you in a bikini though? Oh, that's for you do it for yourself? Oh, okay. But if you want your friends to hype you up, aren't you doing it for your friends? Oh, I'm projecting? Oh, okay, sorry. Wait, you're looking for a high-value boyfriend, but you're talking to 10 guys at the same time? Oh, that's different? Oh, you're gonna cut them off once you find the right one? Wait, but shouldn't you, like, talk to one at a time so that you're not, like, disloyal to the other ones? Oh, and they're all low-value men? Wait, but if you're doing the same thing they're doing, aren't you also a low-value woman? Oh, no, it's empowering? Oh, all men are liars? Oh, you broke up because he was cheating on you? Oh, yeah, that's messed up. Wait, but didn't you also cheat on him a few times? Oh, he doesn't need to know that? Oh, that's different? Oh, it's not your fault men are lustful? I mean, that's true. But are you asking for less, though? Oh, it's different? You're not?
I've said before that a law making mandatory DNA testing at birth is a terrible idea, but men decided they wanted to argue with me, so I'm going to readdress the issue. Mandatory paternity testing at birth is a terrible idea. If you choose to get a paternity test at birth, that's on you. I truly do not care. Mandatory is the key word here. Mandatory DNA testing would mean that every child born into the United States, plus both of their parents, would need to be tested at birth. We're not seeing why that's a bad idea? One, that's going to lead to the government storing our genetic data. They're not going to take every single American's genetic info and just throw it away. Two, imagine a man cheats on his wife, God forbid with a teenager. What do you think he's going to do to her when he realizes she's pregnant and he has to do a DNA test? But we don't care about endangering women or children's lives, right? I know. And three, who gonna pay for it? Because the government sure isn't, and I'm not paying to get a DNA test because you too scared to ask your baby mama for a paternity test. The real solution here that a lot of people don't want to hear is to stop having sex with people you don't want to create a family with.
Just say you don't want women to have to be accountable for this and just call it a day. Why are we even talking about this? Lady, all you're trying to do is avoid accountability for the women. I do agree with your last point. People shouldn't have sex with people they don't want to have a baby with, which is true. But this is why we need the DNA test, because people are going to do that. And when it comes to women and having babies, they can lie about who that person is they did it with. That is the whole point of mandatory DNA test, because in most situations, these people are married and they have no reason to believe their wife is out sleeping with somebody else. So it isn't about being scared. You just don't know. She even tried to say, what if a man who was married had a baby by another woman? And let's say the other woman was a teenager. What do you think he's going to do to her? Number one, you're talking about something that's not going to happen a lot. I'm talking about men sleeping with teenagers when they're married. That is a very small percentage of men doing that. And just to be clear, if that teenage girl went in there and said he's the father of the baby, he's going to be tested if it's mandatory or not, because she is basically accusing him of having sex with a minor. A mandatory DNA test just means they're going to test the man that she's claiming to be the father, the child, and the mother. That's it. They're not gonna just go around testing random men. So if the woman never claims a man to be the father, he won't be tested. The only thing this is going to prevent is the man who she claims to be the father from walking around believing that he is the biological father of that child. That's the only thing this is going to do. So you can miss me with that whole argument. And the whole government is gonna steal our DNA thing is ridiculous. If you don't believe they have access to our DNA right now, you are out of your mind. Between hospital visits and all the blood work we get over the years, they already got everything they need, ma'am. So you can throw that out the window too. So let's just call it what it is. You don't want women to have to be accountable for their decision, and you're coming up with every way you can to try to defend this. But I hate to tell you, ma'am, it is not working. It is just making me think that you've pulled this stunt before, or you know somebody who pulled this stunt before, and y'all don't want anybody stopping the infinite money glitch and this mental and emotional chokehold that y'all have had over men for hundreds of years.
Yeah, they pretty much already got what they need at this point in time. They pretty much already got what they need. I understand your argument about it not being mandatory, like, because that's taxpayer dollars. I don't want to spend taxpayer dollars, and that's money, yada, yada, yada. I think first of all, you made a lot, like it was a lot of extreme points. What if this, what if that? If that teenager, like he said, like CJ was saying, if that teenager says, hey, this man did this, and that, all of the resources are going to be available to make sure that this guy is not only, okay, it's confirmed that you're the father. Now we confirmed you're a father. You're going to jail. So you're not going to be paying for the child anyway. He's going to prison. Number one. Number two, for mandatory DNA testing, like he said, once again, I'm not expecting my wife to cheat. I'm not expecting her to do the things that she might have been doing. Well, why don't you just man up and ask her? Just take the DNA test. Well, number one. Number two, how about you, as somebody who's been sleeping with somebody else, how about you be a woman of honor and say, hey, I think we need to get a DNA test. That's where the spare no expense is coming from. That's really where it's coming. Well, we don't want to spend all this money. Well, if you just do the right thing, then we won't have this issue. That's it. If you would just do the right thing, then we're not going to have this issue. That's the argument they're making. If you messed around with somebody instead of and then having him pay for everything, knowing that that's not his child, instead of doing that, just say, hey, I went off by myself and I got a DNA test because, there's some things that have been happening. Well, you might not even say that. But if you get a DNA test and it comes back that it's somebody else's child, You be a woman of your word and say, hey, you know, this and this happened. And I know because I got the DNA test and I didn't want to keep you in the dark about it. So here's the results. And I know this is probably not going to go the way I want it to go, but I should have thought about that when I did what I did. That would be accountability. But a lot of modern women don't want to take that.
A lot of men think that they can love their woman into softness. Like, oh, if I'm just compassionate, understanding, and soft enough, that will let her melt into her own femininity. She'll finally feel safe to do it. Wrong. That's backwards logic. Just like if you take away the struggle from a man, he won't develop his masculinity. Let that man struggle. Let that woman feel her feelings, even if it means hurting her feelings sometimes. Because your avoidance of hurting her feelings, which is why you don't want to tell her the truth, is exactly why things stay the same. Her feeling her feelings is not a bad thing. Her crying is not a bad thing. Not always, not with this particular type of woman. When she's crying, she's softening, she is releasing, she is owning her emotion. But when she's not owning her emotion, that's when she externalizes it with all these insane reactions and control issues. She's making you feel what she refuses to feel. Bad, not enough, small. Those things that you're feeling are actually hers. You're taking them on because you refuse to allow her to take responsibility for her own emotions. And so if micromanaging is her way of interfering in your process, avoiding the truth is your way of interfering hers. Not being direct with her is how you are interfering with her process. Allow her to get in touch with her femininity. All you have to do is be straight up. Even if you're afraid of being aggressive, your aggression will not hurt her. She is built for confrontation. She is built for attacks. She is built to challenge you. You'll get into a fight, but you're not going to hurt her feelings. She's just going to be pissed. And so let that be a permission slip for you to be able to practice masculinity so that you can feel safer in speaking your truth because you deserve it. You deserve to speak your truth. Making yourself small, that's not what she needs. That's not what's going to make her feel safe. Masculine strength is what's going to make her feel safe.
I think a lot of women think that a man can love them into softness. And a man is saying, I still got to be a dude. I'm still a man. Oh, well, you need to be softer. Okay, let me work on being soft. Let me work on being more emotionally present, more emotionally available. All of the things you'll notice that men have to work on in these types of relationships, but modern women work on almost quite literally nothing. The only thing that modern women work on is the stuff that they want to work on. Well, I want to go for this. I want to do this. So I'm going to go get this degree. Have you stopped and worked on your mental health, your emotions, how you show up in this relationship? No, you haven't. You've worked on how you, the things that you want to say when people say something to you and you don't agree. You've worked on how to argue. You've worked on how to disagree with people. You've worked on how to be uncooperative, but you haven't actually worked on how to be a great partner.
If women aren't picking you, maybe you're just in a market where your type is not being bought. Hear me out. If you're super smart, you should not be in a state where men value blue collar and if you're capable with your hands. Okay, you should be in San Francisco. If your primary appeal is that you're hot, strong, and you got abs, you should not be in San Francisco. Your value will not be seen here. You should be in Austin or LA. My point is, you need to go where your attributes, your interests are maximized and valued, okay? Example, I'm a 5'4" Asian girl. If I had stayed in Arkansas, it would be disrespectful to myself. Market value was not as high there as it is in San Francisco, okay? That's just the reality of the world. It's called life maxing. You go where you can life max the hardest and yield the highest ROI, the highest results, okay? My name is Domo. I tell you like it is. Schedule 101 in bio if you want some cold hard truths that'll get you a better life. Smaller scale version of this would be like if you're really good at chess, hang out at a lot of chess events. An extremely good sailor, do a lot of sailing events. Go where you're good at things, where people can admire you a bit.
Pound Town talk. If you're in a committed relationship and you're no longer having Pound Town with your man because you just don't feel like it, but you expect him to stay within that relationship and not wander out, not look at corn, not take care of it himself, you're abusing your husband. I said what I said, like it or not, come after me, I don't care. Think about it like buying a home. You buy a beautiful home, it comes with a wonderful bathroom and a great toilet, and then all of a sudden 7 months into the freaking marriage or buying this home, they take the toilet out. They rip that motherfucker out and they're like, you can no longer have this toilet. Oh, you want to sell your house? No, you can't sell your house. You have to remain in your house. You have to live in your house and figure it the fuck out because that's your home now. But we're taking the toilet. So don't worry about it. This is ours now. Like, I know that you're like, well, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, Becky. Of course it doesn't. And that's how a man feels in a relationship after he's been with his wife, significant other, for said amount of time. And she just like, oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, my head hurts. Oh, I'm just too tired tonight, babe. Let me do it another time. That man's literally dying inside. And I promise you, he prefers you over any other women, but you're literally putting an animal in a corner and starving it. And everybody comes at me and says, well, that's wrong. You're making it seem like we need to be sex slaves. No, I don't. I don't think that. But a minimum of 3 times a week or even 2 times a week, that man would be so fucking happy. So happy. And if you don't believe me, go on my page and read through some of my comments. And I want to start tagging people, but I also don't want to tag them because I don't want them to have problems if I do show up on her feed and she sees his comment. Because y'all are like, I don't even think men should get married anymore. And I made a whole video on that too because women are vindictive little bitches. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Are we opening up Pound Town for the man, or are we just going to continue doing what we're doing? And when I say we, I'm not included in this. My man's very happy.
Why chase 20-year-olds when 40-year-old women already know what they want?
Because what they want isn't even remotely realistic. They want the 6-foot-tall guy with the 6-pack abs, 6-figure income, and a 6-inch you-know-what, who also happens to be gorgeous, blue-eyed, and works in finance. All while they themselves are, at best, average looking with credit ratings in the single digits and enough debt to fill the Grand Canyon. Not to mention personalities so toxic they make Chernobyl look like a minor fender bender.
Females love to say, well, if a man is doing his job and he's leading properly, a woman's going to follow. She's going to reciprocate whatever he's given. Stop lying. A lot of women have a man who is taking care of them, providing and loving them down. And those women do not know how to reciprocate. A lot of women are just entitled and selfish. I know y'all not acting like only the male species can be selfish. Y'all cannot be that delusional. A lot of women think that they deserve good treatment because they are women. They got it twisted.
If I do commit to the man that I am talking to, there's some nights that he's not going to get laid. There is some nights that he's not going to have much affection and attention. And I'm not the girl that you're going to come home to dinner maid and everything. I'm the girl that you'll come home to that's working hard or even harder than you are, or that might not even be home because she's doing something. I don't even have time to make you feel special. I don't even have time to remind you that I care about you or have sex with you every night. Like I don't even care to have sex with you before we go to bed. Like I want to be up all night until I literally can't even keep my eyes open working.
That is a media that women are being fed today. Single women telling other women that it's okay to be emotionally unavailable, disconnected, and to be hardened. So basically just be a wounded man. This is modern day feminism. It doesn't empower women, it rejects our nature. Women are not meant to compete with men in relationships. We're meant to balance each other out. Yes, women can work and they can also build businesses. But why is it always this or that? Why can't you have success and softness, and have ambition and connection, have the purpose and the partnership? The mindset from the video teaches women to withhold love, withhold affection and presence, and then they get shocked when they feel lonely, burned out and unfulfilled at 50. You cannot outthink your biology, it will catch up to you. Humans thrive on connection, especially women. True wealth isn't just about money, it's also about health, relationships, family, and peace. We do not need more media hardening women. We need better media. Women saying that you can build and love, lead and nurture, and win without abandoning yourself.
Girl, shut up. I know y'all probably think that this is romantic and whatever you're talking about. Be quiet. Stop talking. This is not the type of stuff. I mean, listen to this. Get a load of this stupidity. I Y'all want the man to wine you, dine you, make you feel special for Valentine's Day, your birthday, Christmas, and all of these other holidays, and this is what you have to say? Y'all selling point, I'm telling you, after going through therapy, this is your selling point. This is what you say to men. Y'all sound just mindless, brainless, stupidity.
So Amy Schumer, the actress / comedian, following her divorce has actually lost a ton of weight, and basically everyone is in agreement that, hey, she looks great. But what I find interesting is the number of women that I'm seeing who are calling her little glow up a revenge body, and they're doing this in a positive way, kind of like, yes, queen, you go, you inject that Ozempic. Essentially the idea of a revenge body is that you've lost all this weight, you're looking so hot to get revenge on your ex for, I don't know, leaving you or just not being as good of a boyfriend or husband as maybe he should have been. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is the fact that it seems like a lot of women nowadays think it's acceptable to lose weight to spite a man, but almost none of them seem to be on board with losing weight to love a man. And here's what I mean by that. Every now and then online, I'll see a post by a woman talking about how she wants to lose weight for her husband or boyfriend because she wants to be attractive for them, or how her husband or boyfriend has recently spoken to her about how maybe she should consider losing weight because they're not as attracted to her as they used to be following a huge weight gain. And in response to those types of posts, almost universally, the comments from women are indignant. How dare he? How dare he want you to lose weight to look good for him? That's sexist. That's controlling. That's oppressive. And never mind that actually often the woman is on board with the idea of losing weight, like she wants to look good for herself too. Trying to look hot because you hate your ex and to get back at him, that's fine. But trying to look hot because you love your husband, well, that's basically slavery. It's just strange, and this is one of the many reasons why I firmly believe that a lot of these feminists who are so vocal online cannot imagine themselves in a relationship with a man they actually like.
Well, I mean, I guess for me, I don't know about hot. I don't know about no revenge body. I don't know about none of that. I don't know about funny. You know, well, at one point in time, I felt like Amy Schumer was, she had some pretty good jokes. Back when I first started watching, I feel like she was already on the scene when I first started watching her. And she had like maybe like a clip or two that I thought was like funny. Then I would watch another clip and I was like, oh man, that's pretty funny. I think I might have watched like a handful of clips where she's like, oh, that's pretty funny. But then after that, I have no idea. It seemed like she just, you know, at that point in time, she just jumped off a comedy cliff or something like that, where she was, you know, I was funny, but then I jumped off the cliff and then now I'm not. It's almost like she lost being funny over like a period of months, you know, from the time that I first started watching her into the time that I saw her again. Right. Because like I said, when I first started watching her, I was like, oh man, she's funny. What other movies or TV shows does she play in? And then it seemed like, you know, when I started watching those TV shows and those movies, I was like, oh, this is not funny. It's not funny at all. And that's the most disappointing thing about it.
And this is my wifely opinion. The reason why most women give up on relationships with their man and divorce their husbands is because they don't know how to control their emotions. Every little argument, every little disagreement, if anything is not going their way, they just don't know how to handle that. They make every situation about them and they're super selfish. They believe that their feelings are the only ones that matter, but their man's feelings doesn't. And why? Because they just don't even care about you like that. The only other feelings that they actually care about are their kids' feelings. So my wifely suggestion is that make sure you find a woman who knows how to put her relationship first. And if she can't do that, she is not the one for you.
Tomorrow is officially one of the biggest and most important days of my entire life. Tomorrow is my divorce day, and it's been a lot, to say the least. This moment I have equally dreaded and looked forward to, and the fact that it is now coming to an end officially tomorrow is mind-blowing. I cannot wait. I'm so impressed and proud of myself that I have been able to get through this divorce alone. To be 25 years old and doing something of this caliber is huge. I am the youngest of my friends to be married, and now I'm the youngest out of my friends to be divorced. So I'm going to hold that with a lot of pride.
Many months later.
Tomorrow's Christmas, and I'm just crying because of how hard it's been. I
feel like I'm trying to prove to myself I can be strong. It's really like painful dealing with the loss of everything. Not having my husband.
Follow Masculine Craze for more relationship advice and tips.